Let's take a van tour. But first, let me tell you why I'm living in this van for a week. I rented this Noovo Plus van via Outdoorsy, a platform that allows you to rent other people's vans and RVs when they're not using them. You put in your dates and the desired pickup location, and you can find campers near you. I picked up a camper van over an RV since I had never driven one before, and I loved it. I can't wait to show you all of the features. We'll go into the kitchen part. So we've got this burner thing. This does not turn on unless there is something metal on it. So like if I put my phone down, it would turn on, not great. But if I didn't have a pot on there, it would not turn on. And then this is the sink. So actually like a pretty deep sink. It's like halfway up my hand, I guess. And so this is the water for cooking, and this is purified water, so it goes through a water purifier, so I could drink that. To turn this on, I would press this button right here, and so put this back. They also have coffee and soap and stuff, so that's really nice. One of the things that is super cool about this is how much storage it has. So these little knobs are really nice because like they're, it's a big van, but there's still not a lot of space. And so I feel like if I were living in here regularly, I would always run into these. And so having them to be able to go in and out is nice. So this is like a pull out thing for, that's like kitchen storage. Ooh, stuck on the ladder up here. Spoiler, that's the bed. And then there's another one down here, and then this is where like the garbage is, and then comes with a whole bunch of utensils, and then directions, which this was really helpful because I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work before, and then I just needed a minute, so it was totally fine. Then there's like more plates and stuff down here, plates and bowls, and then the pots are down here. And I brought this. This is some gear I'm planning to test while I'm out here. So there's a microwave, which is also an air fryer. I will not be using that. That just seems kind of complicated, but that's cool that is there. I'll go out to eat, I have leftovers, and then I don't have anywhere to heat it up when I'm camping. So that is really nice. Then it's got a whole freezer. So I came with a cooler bag. Those are my things in there. They have the ice tray. And then it's like a pretty big fridge. As you can see, I planned for a much smaller fridge, so there's not a lot in here right now. Hopefully I don't get hungry later, because I'm nicely set up. Don't really want to have to go out and get food. Then this is a closet, so I hung my rain jacket in here, and there's like a first aid kit and stuff in there. Then you can also like turn the chairs around. So I haven't tried that yet, but this is a like a desk thing that can come down. Haven't figured that out because I haven't turned the chair around, but I might try that when I'm working tomorrow. And then I feel like turning this chair around, like it'll just feel like a lot more space over here. So then this is the control panel to do all the things. So right now I have the inverter running because I am running the Starlink Wi-Fi because I was watching the World Cup. So that uses the battery, and then when I plug in, it'll charge the battery. So we'll do that later. Don't know why that says air. I have to figure that out later. And then I can also put a awning out, I think. Oh wow, yep. So the awning is going out right now. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and it's got lights, so I turned the lights on. That is amazing. That'll be really nice at night. And then, so here's the like table set up. This is how I'm gonna have it because I'm gonna work remote tomorrow, and this is how I'm gonna have it when I work. So I'll probably sit here, set up my laptop where it was. I was just watching the World Cup, and then if I wanted to like relax and eat dinner, watch some TV. Oh, I just hit my head. So yeah, the bed is a little bit. The bed is like, you don't want to put it up too high, she was saying, because it doesn't want people to get stuck up there. So if it feels anything, like even the pillows, it'll blow a fuse. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm keeping it like relatively low, but it is, that's why I hit my head. So there's the TV here, which is pretty cool. I don't really watch a lot of TV, and I mean, I feel like I lived without a TV for a really long time, so probably won't watch TV, but who knows. And then it's got these nice, like, benches and stuff, and then you can also put the table down, which I think is here. Oh yeah, wow. Yep, so I could put the table up or down, and so that becomes, oh, and this also flips closed, so that could flip open or close, have a little more space, and flips down, and then it can become another bed down there. So if I didn't want to bring down the bed from here, I could just put another cushion across there. And then the part that people ask about the most is the bathroom situation. So this is got some hooks in here, shower, toilet. When I watched the video they sent me, the guy who was giving the tour, who I guess like owns the company, was saying like don't go number 2 in there because it'll smell bad. So my plan is to not do that as much as possible. But the owner said like they've had to upgrade, you know, sometimes you have to go and it's fine, you just need to be ready to dump it. So that's probably the part I'm the most nervous about, is having to dump. So we'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, you just like flip up the thing, you make sure this knob is open, and then you close it to minimize smells. So it's kind of nice. When I was stopped at a rest stop earlier, I was like, oh, if I didn't want to get out, I don't actually need to get out, which was a cool realization because I have to pee pretty often on road trips, which is a bummer. So I have a lot of freedom with this. Oh, and then some more storage is up here. So that is the like blackout curtains up there for the front. So I'll set those up tonight. And then it's also nice that it's got a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm. That's good for safety for sure. And then for driving the car, so I have a Subaru Forester, and it was definitely, and I've had a Subaru Forester my entire life, like never have had another car. So my car is like an extension of myself, and so driving a different car, especially one that's so much bigger, was really intimidating. And my watch kept telling me I was like super stressed out while driving, even when I felt like I got the hang of it. So if you're gonna do this by yourself and you haven't done it before, my recommendation would be to like drive not as far as I drove. I only did 3 hours, which for me is generally not a lot of driving, but I feel like it felt kind of long because I was like nervous the whole time. But so far so good. I changed the mirrors around so that I can see the side of the car on both sides. So that was particularly helpful. And then I used my cord to connect my phone and was able to like play my music and stuff. It is, I mean, it's a big vehicle, so I'm definitely being pretty careful. And also it's not my vehicle, so I'm definitely being pretty careful. But I think the only thing I don't like about it is like I have kind of short legs, and it feels like this seat is really high up, and I couldn't figure out how to put it down. But that could just be a personal problem, and I just have disproportional legs. I don't know. One thing I really like about this van is the rear view mirror. That's actually a camera because you can't see back there, but it's really helpful and makes me feel safer when driving, so love that feature. The windows also open, and there's screens there, so it's pretty good airflow with both of the bug nets in the front and the back, and then also both of the windows. In the back here we have more bug nets, so it airs it out a little bit. Have some storage down here, some chairs that I can put out, a mat. I put my hiking backpack back here. This is the outdoor shower. So that comes in here, and then this is the hose to refill the water. So if I wanted to use the outdoor shower, I would take it out of here. And there's storage up here. So this is where my cables are. I'm gonna set those up later to run the battery overnight, because I think I'll need to turn on the air conditioning. It's kind of hot. Test the shower now. So this space feels pretty cramped. So I was like, oh, I'll just go shower at the campground, but that was gonna cost $4 and I needed to have cash, and I definitely do not have $4 worth of cash. So I'm gonna test this shower, which I guess is good. Okay, shower experience I think was just okay. I didn't want to wash my hair because I plan on doing that tomorrow morning, so I was trying to like avoid the shower, but since there's not a lot of space in here, I was basically just like curled over the toilet. So not a great experience for not washing your hair, but I feel like if you were washing your hair it would be better. So I guess it is kind of cool that I did not have to pay for a campground shower though, and I feel comfortable not wearing shower shoes, so also a plus. So this is what it looks like when all of the lights are on, so that's cool. These lights don't require the inverter to be on, I think she said, so that's cool. I have not figured out where the button for these lights are, so it's a little bit dark right now, but this is how you put down the bed. So there's this key and button, and so I turned the key from like the lock, bed position lock, which is what I have when I'm driving, and then to the unlock, and then I'm gonna put the bed down. I got all this stuff out of the way so I don't squash anything, and then I'm gonna put this bed down. So that is pretty cool. Look at that. Oh, maybe I should take my charger out. One second. The bed down as low as it can go, and as you can see, it's still pretty high. I'm just not that tall. I'm only 5'6", so I need to set up the ladder. So got the bed up, but look at how far my legs are off the ground. I couldn't get the shower door to close, which is why the towel's on the floor, because obviously that got really wet. But these are cool. So there's like book lights up here. And this is kind of a lot of space for one person, which is great. I did just FaceTime with my husband, and he was asking like, you know, how's the van, and like, do I think it would be something that we would want in the future, because we have talked about van life a lot, but I think the way that this is set up is definitely more of a vacation van, and we have thought about like living in a van. So yeah, have some thoughts and feelings on like, obviously love this is great for what it is right now, but if I were to build my own and I were to live in it, like I would need some different things. The one thing that I do not like about this toilet is how high it is, so my feet don't touch when I am going to the bathroom, and that is not a comfortable position to go to the bathroom in. So I think if I was going to have my own van, I would do a compostable toilet, and I would make sure that it was lower down so I could at least have my feet up. Thanks so much for joining me on my van tour of the Noovo Plus I rented via Outdoorsy. Stay tuned for my vlog of how I worked remote from this van for a week and all the great places I went. Happy adventuring!